number 1311 of the Save the World Army. Binary dactylonomy, like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, etc. Listen, friends, I get the fact that you've needed some time and you've had time. I've given you time. I needed time. But let's not wait forever. Gaza needs us right now, and they need us to do this. Ready? There's a group of people in Gaza who are surrounded, and they don't have access to any other water than their own. And they need to know this is not only completely safe to drink, it's good. This tastes like soup. There's not even the slightest issue with taste. And you want to know why? I got that ridiculous notion out of my head that urine, also known as urine, is a dirty waste product. It is not a dirty waste product, and do not waste it. Let me ask you a question. If you knew all it took was paying $50 and all those problems in Gaza would be solved, all those people in Gaza would have the best drinking water they could get, would you pay it? I would definitely. I have paid it. I've paid £50. I've paid $50. Whatever. I don't mind paying $50 every once in a while. But some of you don't have $50, but you have an empty container, right? You could fill it up and drink it. Remember the name? Remember Naaman the Syrian? Now, I'm not saying I really read it anymore these days, but that doesn't mean I didn't read it. By the way, let me just quickly share something. Allah, blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity, they walk in his ways. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed when I have respect unto all thy commandments. I will praise thee with uprightness of heart when I shall have learned thy righteous judgments. I will keep thy statutes. Oh, forsake me not utterly. Wherewithal shall a young man keep his way? Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. Thy word have I hid. There's something wrong with that. Let me try that again. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. O let me not wander from thy commandments. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. Blessed art thou, O teach me thy statutes, etc. So what comes after that? So thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. Blessed art thou, O thy statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgments of thy mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of thy testimonies, as much as in all riches. I will meditate in thy precepts. I will not forget thy word. No. Okay, so thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. Blessed art thou, O teach me thy statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgments of thy mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of thy testimonies, as much as in all riches. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word. Gimel, etc. So, like, let me just say, I want all the way, okay? I went all the way. I memorized Psalm 119. You know, I grew up in Steinbach, and I still remember when I was 10 in Ontario. That's when I first realized that people would actually say JC's name in vain. And I'm standing there going, what did you just say? Like I've heard people take God's name in vain. But you're taking his son's name in vain? Are you kidding me? You mean anybody does that? Oh, they did it. They still do it. So then I moved to Winnipeg when I was 11, and yeah, people would say JC's name in vain, and I'm going, how does anybody do that? That's God's son. Are you guys out of your minds? What is going on here? Here's another verse that comes to my mind in the Psalms. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I thought that was so wrong, to the point where I lost a job in 2007 over that. Some guy was taking JC's name in vain, and I objected to that. They didn't like my objection to it. And then in 2013, yeah, somebody said JC's name in vain, and I said I didn't like it. And next thing you knew it, I was out the door. So I've lost 2 jobs for JC. So if I want to say I don't believe JC existed, I have every right to say that. I have put it on the line for quote unquote him twice. Lost jobs for him. Okay? So I don't make any apologies for saying I don't believe he existed. I don't. And why is that? For one thing, I no longer want to believe that he existed. Just like the vast majority of you Christians still want to believe he existed. Now that was a bunny trail, and I will give you that. Thanks for bearing with me. Naaman in one of the books of the Kings, either First Kings or Second Kings, but what is it? It's Second Kings. It's Second Kings. And he's got leprosy. I think it's Second Kings 5. And one of his servant girls that he had taken captive from Samaria or Israel said if he were to go back there, he'd be able to get a cure for his leprosy. So gets a letter from the king, goes to the king. It's kind of funny because the king of Israel is tearing his clothes saying, I don't know how to cure anyone from leprosy. This guy wants to pick a fight with me. And then Elisha hears about it and says, send him my way. Don't lose sleep over this. So he goes to Elisha, and Elisha sends out a servant and says, go wash in the Jordan River 7 times, and thou shalt be clean. So he goes away in a rage because he's infuriated by that. And he says, I'm not going to wash in that Jordan River. I have rivers back home that are way better than the Jordan. But then his men come to him and say, if that prophet had asked thee to do some hard thing, wouldst thou not have done it? So if somebody asked me to give $50 and that would quench all the gas and thirst, of course I would give it. And I have given. And I'll continue to give. Some of these gifts are recurring. Whatever. That's fine. But listen, they need a whole lot more than money right now. They need this, and they have it. We all have it. You know where that notion came from, that urine, also known as urine, is a dirty waste product? John Rockefeller. By the way, watch this. Look at this. There used to be a spot on the back of my hand. A brown spot. I didn't like the brown spot. Do you see a brown spot? And you want to know one of the reasons that brown spot is not there? Look at this. Because I have been doing this. It's like the brown spot eraser, and it's not the only thing that it erases. You know, there was a meme on Instagram where they were explaining there's these rare cases where the baby in the womb is not urinating. They have to go into that womb and perform an operation on that baby to get that urine flowing, because if it doesn't flow, the baby will die. The lungs do not develop. So if you have lungs, at one point, you drank your own urine, also known as urine, and make no mistake about it. So the men, they say, if that prophet had asked thee to do some hard thing, wouldst thou not have done it? So then why not just go wash and be clean? He listens to them. He goes back to the Jordan River. He humbles himself. He gets into that river, and he washes in the Jordan River, and he is cleansed of his leprosy. We need to humble ourselves. We need to do this. You know, I'm going to quote from from Psalm 95. Today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your heart, as in that day of provocation in the wilderness, when thy when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways, unto whom I swear in my wrath, that they should not enter into my rest. Or in the margin it says, if they should enter into my rest. We need to enter into his rest today. So I challenge you, have the guts, fill up a cup, and drink it today in solidarity with Gaza. And if you really have the guts, record yourself doing it. And go ahead and use my name and say, Daniel said you should do it. Aaron Bushnell died. He's the guy that doused himself with gasoline and then lit himself on fire, and he died. Not only does this not kill you, it prolongs your life. It's one of the reasons why I am going to live a lot longer than anyone could ever have imagined. And I'm determined to do that because a friend thought that I should try and marry someone who's 80% of my age, so pretty sure I know who I'm going to marry. Of course, I'll let God confirm that, but if I'm right, well then, so help me God, I will get her to 80% of my age, and that will involve living a whole lot longer